I have this, I'm going to say gorgeous book because I chose it by the look of its cover to read, right? I have this book that I picked up at the library that is overdue. I want to read just the first paragraph with you guys. And I have a goodie that will knock your socks off. Anyways, today's Sunday. Welcome to my live. It is not an encouraging day, but goodies that I found. Okay? Can I tell you that I'm tired? I've been welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. Have you ever been to the library lately? And have you lost a couple of books, a book or two? I have misplaced a book or two. And have I ever paid for a book? I think so. Most of the times when it gets to the nitty gritty of me paying for that book, on that book, right? So, if I have overstayed my books, if you know the word I'm looking for, it is a really important book. I usually don't really keep them over 3 weeks. That's a time have been given by the library, guys. And it's a source where you can take advantage of. It's not because you can't afford a book, it's just the system that takes care of its people in their community. And if you can't buy a book for you, okay? And it's okay if you can't buy a book. And one of the things that I found out, um, not before I went to, not after I went to college or when I was in college, before that, but when I was in college, I found out that hit the library, one per library in your area, right? And if you're in the Hudson Valley system, you can go to one, the one that you joined, and ask for a book to be delivered to your library. Do you know that, guys? Well, that's information. So it's not that you can't buy a book. When I buy a book, I love it dearly. And my house is filled with books. But it's a way that you can review a book and then buy it, if you know what I mean. Or if you're a reader and you read 20 books per week, it's a place where you can read all the books in the world. And you don't have to pay for it. All right. So, anyways, I picked this book up. Lately, I don't know. I'm a little down lately. So when I go to the library, I need something to pick me up, right? And what I do, I walk around and then choose books that have been displayed um, on, there's a display section that can lighten the mood, if you know what I'm saying. And these are my colors, blue and gold. And I just love it. So I picked it up. And it says her hidden genius. And I'm like, maybe I have something like that too, but I don't know. But when you look at the credits and you see a complex trait, I can never say that word good, of a brilliant and trailblazing genius, and Marie Benedict. I mean, I want to be you. All right. Tell me to shut up. I want to be you. One of the things that I never really see when I open a book is loads of praises. Loads of praises, right? So credits, and it's like the first 6 to 7 pages. Like, are you kidding me? I want to be you, Marie. And chapter 1. And I love how you put together. Um, some books takes too long to get to chapter 1, if you know what I mean. And I love this. I read this a couple of times. I like to feel the words. I like to look up words. Um, I like to know the meaning. I like to get an idea of where the author is going. Um, and I often say, if I can get into your head, to see where you're going or to know why. But it's just a saying. It's not an actuality, right? So I love this first paragraph. But I had to read it a couple of times because this book is set in Paris, France, right? In 1947. So it's much older than I am. Or I have to really get into the 1940s to, see what was going on. I don't know. I like to do that. That's why I don't read often. I read, but I read with pictures because then I'm like, okay, if I were them, what would I do? I put myself in their shoes all the time. All right. Anyways, guys, like, share, and subscribe. And please use your library. It's there for us to use. Lots of information, loads of information. And they have books, hardcover books, softcover books. They have audiobooks. They have movies and all different kind of stuff. And book clubs. But anyways, chapter 1 goes, and I'm only going to read the first paragraph, and I hope you get it so you can go buy the book. All right. A thin mist hovers over the scene in the early morning air. Strange, I think. It isn't yellow like the haze that flows over the murky Thomas at home in London. I may have mispronounced that word, but a robin's egg blue. Could it be that the mist, lighter than fog, with fewer water molecules and less density, is reflecting the clearer scene? I marvel at the meeting of the sky and ground, breathtaking taken, even in winter, with the spears of Notre Dome, looming over the thin whips of cloud. Papa would call it heaven touching earth, but I believe in science, not God. I love that. I don't know if you guys get the feeling that I got. I think some of my spirits prevented me from reading it the way I read it earlier, and that's just jealousy. Um, my spirits very jealous. You hear me now talking? Um, I love that first paragraph. I love when um the author enters Earth into their book. Like, okay, we are a part of Earth, and when they talk about the sunshine and the sky, my ears open and I shove my head in a little bit closer to hear what you're saying about Earth. And I love that. I love Papa would call it heaven touching Earth. But I believe in science, not God. I love that verse, that last sentence. And that makes me want to read the entire book because I want to know more about heaven and I want to know more about touching Earth and I want to know more about science and God. And I love that. And I read the first paragraph, um, by the way. So go get it. Go get it. And for some reason, I'm in this spiritual wickedness, spiritual, oh God, prejudice, where a spirit takes away my spirits, my good spirits. Have you ever heard anything like that? I'm in that interim where I lost my spirit, or I lost my head, or I lost my knowledge, or my thinking, or something comes in and take it, or something's change it, things like that. So that's the reason why I don't get into reading the entire book, because it causes me to lose a lot, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, go get the book. It's a good book. It's a good book. I don't know France and I don't know Paris, but I know it's made for people, for lovers, and it's just exquisite. You know, it makes me want to go there. And I'm sure the book will take me there if I read it to the last page. All right, guys. So, my goody, 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 my goody, 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 and my goody, 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 and my goody that I have found, and my goody, 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 goody. Good evening again. It's Sunday, and my encouragement is on the corner. I will pick it up maybe next week or the week after. But today I want to talk about these beautiful salad plates. I have this thing where I go to different thrift shops and even regular shops in order to find regular store in order to find really nice plates. And one of the go-to place initially it was Pier One for me, and then Home Goods came about. Um, and it's now Home Goods. But I like vintage along with new. And I like to mix them together. And sometimes because it's vintage inspired, you can see it, and sometimes you can't. And a lot of times, what is happening is the old is coming back to new. And I have shown you in the past where I have some, what's the name of that plate again? And Queens make them now. Oh God, I forgot the name. But anyways, you can tell the difference. Like you could see that the brand has evolved um clearly, but right, if you are someone who say, "Oh, that just match that," and not focusing on the brand and where it has been, you get a perfect match, right? And that's what it is with me. When I want something that is quite exquisite, I go find it. I like to seek and I always find. I like to ask and I always give in. And I like to knock and the door will open. All right. Those are three things from the Bible. So, anyways, guys, and you know how I love gardening. I think if nature is not in it, I put it in there. You know how we dress our table, but then a bouquet of flowers is in the middle. Nature, right? How come? Because we cannot live without earth. And that's why I love when the story talks about heaven and earth and the sky and all that. So think about it. You know, you get everything, your tablecloth, your plates, your chargers, your utensil, and all the things that goes with the plate setting, right? And what tops it? A bouquet in the middle. And of course, the food is from earth, right? The ground. If you're a person that love vegetables or love yams, you know, back home, they would say, go dig a yam in the backyard. And you get this great big renta yam or yellow yam or Vincent yam, whatever that's called. Um, so just know that earth is always in everything you do. That's where we live, right? So we have to celebrate it. Anyways, I love these for what they are. Love, 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 love these. And I love a good lily, right? These are what? I'm not sure the name of the flower this is, but it is gorgeous. It looks like it's from the lily family, right? The root, but it is gorgeous. I love the design. I picked them up this past Saturday, which was yesterday. And it's crazy to know that it was made in Japan. I still can't say that correctly. Japan. I have to like Japan, right? So I love these for what they are, the colors and how the designer celebrate their design by putting this plant on it. And they didn't leave out the root. Like if someone were to give you a piece of plant to plant, it would be something like this, where you put that end in the ground and hope for the best. Usually they cut off the blooms because it slow down the plant. But whatever you do, you never know. If you want the blooms to come, that's fine. But I love this. Love, love this. And of course, I spoke about the sunflower and how beautiful it is. And I got these. And I really think that they collate well together. Collates well together. Knowing that the plant here and the color, right, match. That one. So I love it for what it is. Love it for what it is. I got four guys, and you know I hate getting four things, but what I do know is I have other things that relates or goes with um, something, and I'm sure I'll find something in my collection that will make this plate eight, right? And what kind of ideas are you working on? It's Sunday. I don't want to go forever. If you're working on some ideas for your table, knowing that that's what I love. I love this dining room and for what it is. And guys, I my next table scape gonna be extra special. All right, I have changed something. I want to show you. I have implemented a new line of baskets on top of my cabinets, and they are gorgeous. I'm gonna stand, and this is just a sneak peek, guys. Just a sneak peek. Just a sneak peek. And I have a portrait right there, and I covered it. So my next scape gonna be extra special. All right, and here I am bringing in my gorgeous bouquets. Gorgeous. Do you guys love hydrangeas or you like them? Think about the bloom as some vanilla ice cream grouped together. Love, 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 love that. I don't know. Food and things relate all the time. I put my love for food and my love for fashion within my tablescape. So you never know, you may learn something from it. So I want to thank you for stopping by. I want to say remember to be kind and courteous, love your neighbor, and check on your elderly. And pray for me. Ask God to touch my head, to touch my spirit, my knowledge, um, my spirituality, and my well being. Pray for those. Thank you. Um, and remember to subscribe. I want to go to 600. I don't know when. I mean, I'm still asking you to subscribe. It should be, it should be that you just do it when you get on here. All right. So thank you. Thank you so very much. Peace.